Alright, welcome back everyone to another video. We are continuing with the follow along series and we are in week 4. Today's topic is going to be using the 7th Sigil of Power, Acha, in results-based magic. Okay, if you are a member of my community, I do welcome you back to the channel, and if this is your first time viewing one of my videos, then I welcome you as well. I do encourage you to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and leave a like or comment down below in the comment section. Doing all those will help with the algorithm for my channel so that other people can find this content if they wish. Okay. Really quick, I just want to make a note here in regards to the follow along series that I'm making. While I am addressing particular areas in regards to things like money and finance, magic, and whatnot for these particular sigils, I do want to go ahead and point out that a lot of these sigils, they do have multiple functions to them, whether, it's for contemplative based magic or results based magic. So while I do suggest these sigils and we do focus on like one or two areas of that sigil, that it's its availability, or its power availability, if using this particular sigil for something other than money or finance, if that's what you want to do, that's totally fine. Because when I do these, when I walk you through the rituals, I'm really allowing you to put the focus on why you're using that particular sigil at the time, and you are putting in your own meditative process in there. All I'm doing is pronouncing the word of power, so for you and kind of like guide you through the ritual. So if you want to go ahead and use these sigils for another purpose that they may be used for other than what I'm describing them here, that's totally fine. Okay, so we are going to cut off here for just a moment from the intro and greetings. We're going to come back. I'm going to give a little bit of information on using Acha in results-based magic, as well as walking you through the results-based magic summary process. And then we'll cut out again, and then come back and put you through the actual ritual so that you can go ahead and move along with whatever studies that you're doing at the time. Right, so I'll be with you in just one moment. Alright folks, so we are focusing on the 7th Sigil of Power Acha for results-based magic here. This is again in week 4 of the follow along series that I'm doing. Acha is used to show us how we are related to other people and situations in our life. Some of these connections are vital to our needs, our purposes, and even our survival. Using Acha helps us to see what we can release and what we need to hold on to. Okay, identifying these problems and then letting go of the burdens that are no longer required or that are no longer serving us is appropriate for using Acha. Now again, in the previous video I did mention how some people do have fears associated around money, or as well as fear of success and fear of failure. Here in the results-based magic of Acha, this will give us the ability to release those fears more easily. Now again, Acha is the 7th Sigil of Power, okay, out of 72. It does mean understanding connections. And in results-based magic, it can be used to let go of fear, as well as to release unwanted attachments. So again, we are just focusing on letting go of the fear at this point, for our needs and purposes for this particular ritual. However, if you do want to come back and address the need to release some form of unwanted attachment, whether that be a person or a situation, somebody that's draining your resources or draining your energy, or some other type of conflict that you just don't want to be attached to in your life, you can come back and do another ritual with results-based magic with Acha for that purpose. Again, if you want to go ahead and do both of those, to let go of fear and to release unwanted attachments, you do have to perform 2 separate results-based magic rituals for that in order to achieve that. You cannot do both in one ritual at the same time. Okay, now really quick, the rundown for the ritual summary and results-based magic goes like this. Okay, in step 1, you want to find a time and a place where you can remain undisturbed for at least 10 to 15 minutes. 20 minutes maybe for some other people. If you need to lock the door, put a do not disturb sign on the door, or turn off your cell phone, something like that, by all means go ahead and do that. Okay. In step 2, you want to notice how you feel about the situation now. Okay, allow all of those feelings on the subject to come up and become known to you and rise to the surface. But I also want you to make sure that your ultimate focus is on the one part of the situation that you are trying to change in your life at this point. Now, I do also suggest that when you do this process, the second step, you should already have this second step figured out before you get into the ritual process, okay? You don't necessarily want to come into the ritual, trying to think about what you want to focus on and then spending a lot of time doing that. You want to put some time and effort into that beforehand. If you do it, a couple days before or the morning of the ritual or something like that, and then keep a note of what it is that you want to focus on, then that's perfect, okay? You can, of course, pause the video if you'd like, if you need a few moments to go ahead and figure that out as well, and then press play again on the video to continue with the ritual process, okay? Now, understand that in process 2, you want to focus on knowing that you can shape and change and adapt this situation to your present life, okay, in order to shape your life into the future that you want, okay. In step 3, you're going to scan the Hebrew letters and the shapes of those letters that appear on the screen while saying or thinking the divine word of power out loud. We're saying the divine word of power out loud or thinking it, okay? If you're in a situation that you cannot say it or mention it out loud because there are other people in the home and you don't want to draw attention to yourself, then you can simply say it to yourself silently, okay? Make sure that when you are scanning the sigil letters that it is from right to left. Now, of course, I will be reading out the word of power for you in this situation, so you don't have to necessarily say the word of power, okay? And generally, I end up saying the word of power a total of 5 times throughout the ritual process. Okay, usually there is a couple moments of in between each pronunciation of the word of power. Okay, when you are scanning, quick note, the Hebrew letters here, and as you're saying the word of power or thinking the word of power, imagine what it would feel like to have the result that you want happen. Okay, imagine that coming to pass. Now, I don't want you to waste a lot of stress or a lot of imagination stressing about how or what it would take for those results to happen. Okay, we're not concerned about trying to force it to happen in any particular way. We just want to imagine what it would feel like, should it happen at this very moment. What would that feel like for you? Okay. Now, we also want to make sure that when we do this, we want to focus our thoughts and our visualization on to what your life would be like if you could shape it and adapt it. Okay. This part particular is going to be a little bit different for each and every person, so you don't need to stress on to whether or not you're doing it right or you're thinking for the best outcome. Being able to shape your reality and bring about when you do this, you're looking to be able to shape your reality and bring about synchronicity, and that can do a lot in your life. Okay. In step 4, you want to convince yourself that the results have already happened and that the results have come to pass and all is well. Okay, at that point, I usually provide the listener anywhere from 4 to 5 minutes of silence in the ritual process at that point for you to spend time meditating on the word of power as well as the Hebrew characters and the situation that you're looking to shape and adapt. Once you have achieved that feeling that that the results have already happened and that they have come to pass and everything's good for you, the ritual is basically done at that point. You can stop the ritual, stop the play button, and proceed with your day at that point. And that is the ritual summary for using Sigils of Power in results-based magic. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out a little bit here, or right here at this moment, and then come back and actually guide you through the ritual process for results-based magic. Okay? Okay, and now that you are in the place that you're going to be doing the ritual here, go ahead and get comfortable, sit down, relax. If you need to put a do not disturb sign on your door, go ahead and do that, and let someone in if there's housemates in the home with you, let them know that you want to not be disturbed for the particular period that you're doing this ritual. Go ahead and silence your cell phone, turn it off if you have to, or silence it. And take a deep breath in. And hold it. And let it out. Relax. And another deep breath in. Hold. Let go. Feel that tension drain away. Move down your arms and out your hands and your fingertips. Move down your back and your chest. Down to the soles of your feet. Breathe in one last time and hold it for a second. And then release. Okay, now I want you to notice how you feel about the situation. About the situation that you're wanting to change. Allow all those feelings on the subject to come to the surface. Make sure that your focus is on the one part of the situation that you are trying to change. Okay, you should notice some Hebrew characters on the screen in the color red. I want you to look at those Hebrew letters and their shapes. Just bring them into your subconscious mind. Hold them there for a moment. And as I read the word of power associated with the sigils here, you can think the word of power with me if you'd like, or you can simply allow me to read it for you and just stay calm. Make sure that when you're scanning the sigils, you're scanning them from right to left. While scanning these Hebrew letters, as you think the divine word of power, imagine what it would feel like to have the results that you want. Convince yourself that the result has already happened. This result has already come to pass. And all is well. Be still Be aware.